What's going on? What's going on? All right, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what rhyme it is. It is the Foreign National Born Natural A6 coming at you live and direct, live in effect. It is of course, the Sunday. We on normal time schedule now. I had to fight to get it to work because I almost didn't make it, but we got it. We got it done. So we here, and we here to chop up this fable. How's the fam doing? How's everybody rocking today? What's good with y'all? My man, the consultant. This dude's been doing heavy research, man. Shout out to the consultant. Thank you for tuning in, man. Jimmy Bennett, always a pleasure to have you through here. Yeah, y'all be in here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Definitely. I'm probably not gonna watch that. I watched the original one, but I really don't see how they can segue from that. So like sometimes you gotta know when to leave shit alone, you know what I mean? But yeah, I used to be a big fan of Dexter. What up, Carl? How you feeling, man? Thank you for joining, man. What's good? What's good? Live from direct from Baltimore, live and direct from Michigan. Good to connect with you. Anybody do anything interesting over the weekend? It's dude, we got a lot of shit to talk about, bro. This week was a doozy. Yo, bro, and I just talked to y'all Thursday. And literally, here we are on Sunday, and we got a whole nother batch of stuff to talk about. Man, so they've been at work real hard, but we at work too. So I actually was at the racetrack today, Maryland International Raceway. It was pretty nice. Got to get out there and see some cars running. It was import versus domestic weekend. So I got to see the goddamn domestics beat the shit out of the imports. They say there's no replacement for displacement. And for a long time, I didn't want to believe that. But the older I get and the more I'm starting to see, man, this technology starting to catch up with both cars, the more I'm starting to realize that is a fact. So like, yo, see, back in the day when we used to run in the street and stuff like that, once upon a time, like early 2000s, the technology really wasn't there for the Japanese cars like that. So the American cars they had nitrous, and they had the big ass engines they would put in them bad boys. So they would just beat the shit out the imports and tell the imports, why don't y'all just go home, man. It's a little late for y'all bedtime. It's time for them y'all imports to go in the house until the Eagle Talons and the Eclipses started to hit the road, and they started to figure out how to put those together, and they came out of the box and they were faster than the Mustangs and the Vets. You sneeze on them bad boys, them being turbo. You throw a boost controller on them, you sneeze on them. Literally, they're faster than those cars, and they were all-wheel drive. So then the technology caught up where they started to have piggyback systems and standalone engine management systems. And American cars ain't really had nothing for them. And it stayed like that for a while. But now, bruh, you got these American cars, V8s, twin turbos. Like shit, the turbos was a Japanese car thing. You know what I mean? Japanese cars, because they had the smaller engines, so they would have to put turbos on them to make up for the lack of power. So they would put these turbos in these bad boys. They would smoke the American cars. The Americans start putting turbos and superchargers doing their shit. Now you got a situation where the technology is out there for the American cars. They got displacement and they got turbos. Yeah, so needless to say, it was pretty ugly. I watched a bunch of Mustangs beat the fuck out of the goddamn. It broke my heart to see Mustangs beating the Supers, because Supers are if you a car guy, you know what time it is when it comes to a Toyota Supra, man. I used to have a green Toyota Supra, triple turbo back in the day, but yeah, that that was hard to watch. I was like, I don't want to see this, man. It was Mustangs was getting busy. The Fox body Mustangs were getting busy. I didn't see any Terminator Mustangs running out there. I might have missed a couple of them because I was like in the stands getting something to eat and shit. But for the most part, it was the newer ones. The newer Mustangs were out there and they were kicking ass, bro. It was crazy. And then they had a few Nissan GTRs out there, but they was getting their asses whipped. There was one GTR that was out there. It was a white one. He was getting busy. This mofo ran like a goddamn, what the hell did he run? I want to say he ran like a 790 or some stupid. It was crazy. Like, yo, these all-wheel drive was leaving. So yeah, them turbos, the Nissan GTRs twin turbos. So when you would leave off the line hard, get that boost going. You leave super hard, and then them turbos wake up like at the eighth, like a little bit before the 8th mile. It's done, yo. Them things start to wake up. That thing start to jogging and pass whatever's next to it, man. But yeah, that it was getting busy out there, man. But it was just wasn't. There was too many Mustangs out there. There was a bunch of Civics in the Street Outlaw class, and the Civics they did pretty good. But a lot of them damn things, the Civics have a problem getting off the line. Like they break axles and stuff like that. But yeah, that it was fun, man. It was. I'll probably post a bunch of videos on my not videos, but pictures on my Instagram. So my Instagram's in the description. If you want Instagram, you can go ahead and subscribe or follow me on Instagram, and I'll drop a bunch of pictures later on. I didn't have no signal out there, so I couldn't go. I was going to go live while I was out there, so you guys could see what was going on. But out in Maryland International Raceway, bro, it's like in the boonies, so it ain't no signal. So like, I basically had to take pictures, and I uploaded them. I'll upload them later rather. But yeah, man, I love cars, man. Cars are dope. Yeah, the Dex is good so far. I don't know if I might watch it. I don't know. If I get bored, I might watch it. What up, Russell? How you feeling? Framing, hanging drywall. That's what it is. I used to I hang drywall with my dad in the basement once upon a time. We finished our basement, just the two of us. We didn't have to pay nobody. We just bought all the supplies and did it ourselves. I need to see the new GTRs versus the older. Let me tell you something, bro. Now, I am not. I am by no means one of them guys that's stuck in nostalgia. And believe me, I got my respect for the new Nissan GTRs, bro. Like they have a special place amongst the GTR series. But would I rather have a R35 GTR or a GTR 32, 33, or 34? Absolutely. I would much rather have a right-hand drive R33 GTR. That's just me though. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the way the body was or the exclusivity of it. Like you don't see a lot of them around. And then, if I had my option, I would have a R33 GTR in midnight purple, right hand drive. Boy, listen, give me one of those, man. It ain't even gotta be super fast. Just give me that joint clean as a whistle. You know what I mean? With like 20,000 miles on it, bro. Them cars probably go for like 60 grand. They started importing the Japanese cars that came out overseas that they never came over. There's a 25-year rule the United States corporation basically have, so you can't import cars for use unless there's like they got a loophole you can do with the car show and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people that were doing it illegally. They were importing them as Nissan 240s or something like they were taking the VINs or something. It's I can't remember how they did it, but yeah, it was a few people on the street with them joints. But there's a 25-year law that they had. So 25 years after the car was produced, it can be legally imported. So now you have the GTR 32s and the GTR 33s that are over here legally. There's a few more years before the R34 GTRs can come over here. But um, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what, I would much rather have one of the older ones, bro. I don't know. It's just me. The new one has more bells and whistles and all that stuff, and it's faster. But I would much rather have the classic, man. I like old school cars. I like 90s cars anyway. I'm an old school car guy. NSX and the Super and the Skyline and all the RX-7, the Eclipse. I mean, it was a smorgasbord of great cars in the 90s, man. Not saying anything about the cars now in early 2000s. But yeah, I'm an old school guy. Yeah, that all would. Let me tell you something. I had a 2003 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. 2000. I think I got this in late 2003. I was the first owner, one and only owner of it. I had it for like 10, 13 years, something like that. And bro, let me tell you, I put about we did an AMS stage 2 kit on this thing. And it basically was upgraded injectors, boost control, super air fuel control system, upgraded intercooler, hard pipes, TL blow off valve, two Walbro. Man, it was one of those. I can't remember what number it was. It was a Walbro fuel pump upgrade though, and it was an AMS fuel rail also. So we did all these upgrades, bro, and we put this thing together, man. I swear that thing had to been running like 1180s. I never actually took it to the track to run it because I took it to the track one time. I had a bad experience. I broke the goddamn transfer case, so I was always scared to take it to the track because I didn't want to break it again. But yo, when we put them parts on there, bro, that car was nasty. Like, and when you rev it up to 6,000 RPMs and slowly walk that clutch out, that all-wheel drive was sick. I used to cut no launch control. I used to cut like 1.7s on the street. And that's not bad for what that car was capable of. I mean, you start doing bigger turbos and stuff, they leave a lot harder. New Nissan GTR all-wheel eats it. I mean, yeah, I'm not. That's not the thing for me, bro. Like, yeah, the new Nissan GTR is much faster and it handles a lot better. But what I'd rather have an old school or new school. Give me the old school joint, bro. You can have your fast GTR, you can have your better handling and all that stuff. I'll just be cruising around on my R33 GTR, wax with a ceramic coat wax on it, looking good. You know what I mean? Hey, that's just me, bro. If I had a if I had a the Mark was I think it's the Mark IV Super, the bubble body Super, I wouldn't even do shit. If it was stock, I wouldn't even do nothing to it, bro. I'd leave it stock. That's the kind of dude I am. I would just keep it clean, leave it stock. You can't say nothing about a stock car that's clean, you know, especially something that old. That's a collector's item. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about, Jimmy, because you're a car guy. Fast and Furious. Yep. Don't hate on this Mustang, guys, bro. The Mustangs is nasty. I give them. I didn't used to like Mustangs, bro, but like you gotta respect them now because they freaking run. The Cobras is nothing to mess with. Them Cobras are nasty, man. America is superchargers. Japan be more about turbos, but now it's a mix, mostly turbos in America. Yeah, yeah, I will say that. I'm starting to see that now. And the even like the with the superchargers, when Americans do superchargers, a lot of times, like when they modify their cars, not from the factory, but when they modify them, they use those Pro Charger supercharger kits, and the Pro Chargers look just like turbos. So there you have it, man. Mustangs. I'm not a hater of Mustang. I used to be like that. I'm not like that no more. I actually respect Mustangs. Oh man, we got stuff to talk about, bro. We got trust me. I ain't coming here to talk about cars. I was just letting y'all know, and y'all got me out because I'm a car guy, and it looks like we got a lot of car guys in here too. But I got you. Yo. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, man. This is gonna be the metaverse is one of them. So let's just sit tight. Lucid EV model. What is that? The Tesla? I think. Yeah, I think so. Sound like a blast. I used to have a '92 CRX 400. Yo, them CRXs, bro. You can put a little bit of horsepower in them, but they so light they fly. I used to know a guy named Po Boy that had a nasty CRX. That's what's up, man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hit me up with that consultant. Back from work, just had a cop trail me into my yo said that. Yo, you know what it is? They probably put your license plate in, and they probably there's probably a note on there not to fuck with you no more. Honestly, import it into a private truck. You know what? That's interesting, bro. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Very. That is interesting right there. I mentioned something like that to the consultant too before, but that's interesting. Kevin straight harassment. They don't have nothing else better to do. Yeah, I told you Massachusetts on that bullshit. The king has arrived. 90s all the way. The Acura NSX, bro. That was one of my favorite cars from the 90s. Got it imported into Mexico, drive it to Texas, gifted to a trust. You said that facts. Import to Mexico. Okay, yeah, I see. You know what breaks my heart? I seen a bunch of skylines being crushed though because they were like confiscated and shit here. That was sad to see, man. They had GTR 33s, 34s, 32s, GTSTs, GTST 25. It was sad, man. They were getting crushed in the impound yard. Imported by the federal government. Ain't that a bitch? S2000. Yo, it was an S2000 out there. It was like smoke gray. That shit was running, bro. I think he ran like an 820 or something. He was running, yo. Honda 2000. I seen the Honda 2000. I seen a yellow one. Somebody put a yellow. It was a yellow S2000. They dropped a 2JZ in it, but it had a purple scheme. So the yellow outside of the body was like canary yellow, but the 2JZ valve cover and the turbos were painted purple. It was nice. It was very nice. I was impressed. But I ain't here to talk about cars. All right, so we got a lot of things to talk about. It's been a hell of a week, bro, and I'm just trying to catch up. All right, let's talk about this first. Um, I always like to go over like possible remedies or things you can use to your advantage first. So let's discuss this so you guys see this. Now, this might have went quietly. This was pointed out to me by one of our Telegram group members. So check this out. This might have went quietly, but look at this. Washington Supreme Court holds impoundment of a homeless person's vehicle violates the Eighth Amendment. Let's read the Eighth Amendment to you guys. So Supreme Court basically said You cannot violate a person's Eighth Amendment right by impounding their car if they're homeless, right? So check this out. Cruel and unusual punishment. Excessive bail should not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. Yeah, that sounds kind of cruel and unusual. If you impound somebody's goddamn house, you a dickhead, yo. How can you even do some shit like that to somebody? That's fucked up. The Washington Supreme Court on Thursday unanimously held that a homeless person's vehicle automatically qualifies as a homestead without the need for a declaration, and the impoundment of that vehicle associate costs constitutes excessive fines, a violation of the Eighth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. The case involves Stephen Gregory Long, a 56-year-old Native American homeless man who worked as a general tradesman. In July 2016, Long parked his truck on property owned by the city of Seattle and stayed there for 3 months in violation of the Seattle Municipal Code. You can read the code yourself, which prohibits parking for longer than 72 hours at a single location. As a consequence, a city contracted towing impoundment, I can read that over. A city contracted towing company impounded Long's truck and imposed a fine of approximately $950 for cost of the impoundment. The city also issued a $44 ticket. That's petty. Upon Long's request for a hearing by a municipal court, the magistrate found that Long parked illegally but waived the $44 ticket and reduced the fine to approximately $550. The magistrate drafted a payment. Scroll this up a little bit. The magistrate drafted a payment plan that required Long to pay $50 a month. Long reluctantly agreed to this plan despite knowing he could not afford to make these payments and fearing he could lose his truck at a public auction. This is like squeezing you in the corner, man. Long did not contest that he parked illegally, but filed an appeal under rules for appeal of decisions of courts of limited jurisdiction, RALJ appeal, against the fines. Essentially, Long's RALJ appeal of the magistrate's order argued that the impoundment violated the state and federal excessive fines clauses, substantive due process, and the Homestead Act. Long's motion for a summary judgment on this ground was previously denied by the magistrate. All right, so you guys can read further into this. But yeah, so that's pretty much the outcome of it. So it says that from what I'm reading here, I would like to read this case because this is interesting. But it says that hold on, something very interesting that was in here. Okay, so look, a homeless person's vehicle automatically qualifies as a homestead without the need for a declaration. So what exactly is a homeless person, right? What exactly is a homeless person? Well, let's see what Black's Law Dictionary has to say about what a homeless person is. Now, person is a legal fiction. We get that. We get the homeless. We get the person is a legal fiction. So let's look it up. And I'm going to go to good old 6th edition this time. Here we go. Let's see what it says for a homeless person. Or homeless. How about homeless? Let's just go with homeless for now. See if it's even in here. Some shit don't be in here, though, for real. All right. Let's take a look. I don't think it's in here, man. No, it's not in here. It's not in here. They're going to have to put it in here, though. The word homeless is actually not even in here. All right, so let's look at the word home. All right, so home says one's own dwelling place, the house in which one lives, especially the house in which one lives with his family, the habitual abode of one's family, a dwelling house. All right, so it's got a few other things there, but it's pretty much the same from what I'm seeing here. Yeah, it doesn't have homeless in this dictionary. Let's check and see if they took it out, which I doubt. It's probably just not in here, but they have to put it in here because of that case ruling. Supreme Court already ruled on it, so now it's got to be put in there. All right. You know, there's all kinds of tricks of the trade that they have. So with that said, let's try to figure out what this. Let's chop this fable. All right. So we got a house here, house there. All right, and this is Black's Law Dictionary Volume 3. There's something on here for Homestead too, but I'm not seeing homeless. Homeless not in here, man. It's flat out not in here. It's not in here at all. So, as far as I see, I don't see. No, I don't have the most recent Black Law's definition of homeless. Yeah, so that's interesting. But yeah, so this particular law here is interesting. That's interesting. It's got to be, I think we should look deeper into that. That's your homework. Look deeper into that because that might be something that can be utilized. You know what I mean? Homeless equals non-resident. But that's the thing. Like, what are they actually defining as homeless? It needs to be written down in black and white because right now it's a floating term. If anybody finds it, let me see if I can find it online. Okay, I see something that says legal dictionary, but I don't think this isn't Black's Law. Shit. All right. Nah. I see homeless person, but this is like just an internet definition. This ain't official. So nah, we can't use that. Yeah, I can't say, man. We have to look deeper into that. That's everybody's homework. See what you can find for that. Hit me with the email. That's why I never claimed to be a resident of it. You're not supposed to reside anywhere. You already side with the American Republic. When you reside, that's when you get put in the U.S. jurisdiction. Keep a toothbrush in my whip. That's smart. No, I didn't. I didn't forget either of those. Matter of fact, I said that before we even started, I said that person is a U.S. citizen. I was basically pointing out that it's a very interesting thing to look into because I need to see they need to come out with a definition in Black's Law exactly what a person is, exactly what homeless is. Because that's not in there. It's not in volume 3 and it's not in volume 6. What up, TYP? How you feeling? Lucita, how you been? What's up with you? I ain't seen you in a while. Homeless is defined under Section 11-302, the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act. Okay. All right. Let me take a note of that and let's look for that. You said McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act. Let's take a look. McKinney-Vento Act, Homeless Assistance. There we go. That was 1987. You on it, Jimmy. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. Oh yeah, this looks like this is gonna be some heavy. This is not something I'm here to just read. I gotta research this. All right, so look, everybody, write down what Jimmy had there and see what you can make of it because I'm gonna look at it myself and just get a clear understanding of exactly what that means because at the end of the day, you gotta have shit in black and white or else it ain't gonna fly. Red is my favorite color. Okay, it's not my favorite color. You over there? I ain't know you was banging, yo. You over there banging, throwing up gang signs. I think it's American jurisprudence. I got to get with the American jurisprudence books. There's a bunch of them, right? I might have to take that. You know what? I've been meaning to say too. Let me know who was in the Baltimore, Maryland, Virginia area because I am gonna plan a trip to the law library in Annapolis. I want to get a group of at least 5 people so we can all roll and get down there and get in them books and get certified copies. You forgot you're not a person, must be a consultant. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah. So yeah, that's very interesting though, man. So look, let's say for instance, this is just theoretically, if you're homeless right? No, people were asking questions about I think I can go ahead and say this. People are asking questions about how to obtain arms if you have a passport because they don't just accept the passport. Well, since Supreme Court declared that you have your car is technically a homestead or your personal conveyance is technically a homestead, could you write that down on the application? There's a thought. Homeless, an individual who lacks a fixed, regular, adequate nighttime residence or a person who resides in a shelter, welfare, hotel, transitional program, or place not ordinarily. Where'd you get that from? Is that from the what you put up? Uses a regular sleeping accommodations such as streets, cars, movie theaters, abandoned buildings. People in jail are not homeless. The U.S. Department of Housing Urban Development's definition of a homeless person includes a person who has no place to go, no resources to obtain housing, and is either being evicted within a week, discharged within a week from institutions such as a hospital, or fleeing domestic violence. Okay. 42 U.S. Code 11302 general definitions. Okay, that's the U.S. Code. Got you. All right, bet. What up, Bill? What's going on with you? Thank you so much for tuning in, Bill. I greatly appreciate that, man. But yo, that's interesting, man. So how is it? So look, if you're if you don't reside, which means basically you're in the American Republic, you don't reside anywhere. Does that technically make you homeless? You're not a person. Does that technically make you homeless? And if you're homeless, can your personal conveyance be non-towable because that's where you live, right? And you don't. It says you don't have to make a declaration either, including, according to what Supreme Court already said, you ain't even got to make a declaration. You can flat out just say, "This is my house. This is where I live." Hey, you got to use their shit against them because it's their shit. You feel me? You're not collectible. Facts, and you got 18 United States Code Title 242 backing you up also. Yep. But yeah, something to think about, guys. Look into that, man. I'm gonna look into that myself. But that's a nugget, right? That's a golden nugget right there, man. What? So all right, back to what another thing I wanted to show you guys. I stumbled across. Now look at this. I don't know how real this is, but this is some this is very interesting. How far has technology gotten? And this is back to Orion Daystar's channel on Instagram. There's no sound to this, so you can just take a look at it. This is a freaking drone, if you can't see. This is a drone. It's not a bug, it's a drone. And it just flies away on its own. Look at that thing. It's even got like little vent holes in the side of it. That's a drone. So you might think it's a bug or such. You might think it's just a little fly or something like that getting on your nerves. That ain't no fly, bruh. That is a drone. that is something listening in on your conversation. Oh, you don't want to take your phone with you because you want to have a little private conversation outside, huh? Okay. How about this? This bug's just gonna land over there on the wall while you talking about some shit you ain't supposed to be talking about, and now people know what the fuck you were saying. You know what that reminds me of, man? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. And this is what I tell you guys, man. That predictive programming is facts, yo, because so many different times I've seen things that I've only seen on animes or TV shows that actually turned out to be freaking real. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. It's gonna be hard to find because it's such an obscure. Yeah, I can't find a goddamn thing. Yeah, so if you were all right, so look, if you're a fan of I used to be a big fan of Dragon Ball Z when I was younger. So I used to watch Dragon Ball Z all the time. And then like, yo, there was this scene where the guy named Dr. Gero, he had been spying on the Dragon Ball Z fighters and all their biggest battles on Earth. And when their power levels raised and they reached new plateaus of their energy and all that stuff like that, he had a bug that was basically spying on all their combat moves and all that, where they lived, all that stuff they didn't like, and their favorite, most technical moves and all that. And it just was bringing data back to his lab, and he was just storing all this data on a giant supercomputer. And he used that supercomputer to build this like goddamn near invincible android who knew all the moves to all the fighters and all that stuff. And this was back in, I think Dragon Ball Z was created back in like 89. So I mean, how old is the technology really? Is it something that was basically put out to tell you what was coming, or did they say, yo, that's a good ass idea? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yep. So I remember one time somebody told me that birds, there's this big Facebook group from back in the day that they were saying that birds weren't real, and the word bird stood for biological intelligence recon drone. Bird. What they are, they said what they are basically is drones created by the government to spy on people with their conversations and all that stuff, and they've been flying around for a long ass time. I thought that was very entertaining, very funny too. All right. My man says, questioning what's stopping them from just dropping a cloud of fentanyl in the air and straight dropping folks. I mean, it's got to be a balance to it, bro, because like at the end of the day, it has to be a situation where you have to be consentive. They can't force it upon you. You have to consent. You know what I mean? Like cigarettes. You know the cigarettes are bad for you. You know cigarettes kill people, and you know it's not healthy. You know it's slowly killing you. But the fact that you go into a store and still purchase a box of cigarettes and smoke them shits at your own will, and you're killing your own damn self, that absolves them of any guilt at all. They can put it out there for you to grab, but it's up to you to take the free will to go get it. They can't force you to do shit. That's why they're getting so pissed off with people not taking the vaccine and shit. Because it has to be, your body is sovereign, bro. It has to be a situation where you have to willingly go get that shit. It can't be, let me strap you down to a chair and force you. First off, they fucking get stuff, bad stuff will happen. We'll put it that way. And if bad stuff doesn't happen, the universe will make bad stuff happen because that's imbalance. Universe has got to be balanced, yo. That's the only way it can work. The reason why they've been getting away with all the shit they've been doing, the stuff we be talking about with the sovereignty and the U.S. citizenship, is because they always leave a way out. Now, the fact that you don't know the way out, or you too ignorant to go read books or study or talk to people who know that can point you in the right direction, is not their fault. The only thing they got to do is don't delete the information and leave it where it can be found. They don't got to show you the information. That's balance. That's how the universe works. It's got to be balanced, man. Anything that's not balanced, it doesn't last long. You look at what happened with the USSR. That's what them motherfuckers got collapsed. That strong arm shit don't last for so long. And their goal is to stay on top as long as possible. So here we go again with I got you 100-page affidavit that you can stick to the kangaroo court. Damn. Yes, it has a fee schedule too. Yo, Jimmy needs your email, bro. He insists. And the king was, Mr. Satan. I remember that shit. Yeah. Hercule, Mr. Satan. Yep. Absolutely. Well, there's his email if you need it, Jimmy, in case you didn't see it. All right, yeah. So you guys email. So now we can send him his papers or whatever, and we can move on, because I was like, God damn, will you get this man his email? He's trying to help you out. For real. Give me a damn email. All right, so let's get into the whole thing with the situation with equality for men and women. Now, this is a touchy subject, but I'm gonna touch on this goddamn subject. All right. I'm gonna show you guys a clip. And I want your opinion on how this would have went if the tables were turned. I'm not even gonna say what it is. I'm just gonna show you. Now check this out. Now I wouldn't either. I'm not gonna complain about this. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna make a point to have this brought to the forefront. Let me take the headphones off. Check this out.
Oh, I get it. You one of them niggas with a big ass mouth, but you smart.
Let's watch it again.
Oh, I get it. You one of them niggas with a big ass mouth, but you smart.
All right. Those who are familiar with battle rap pretty much know that the battle rap of yesterday compared to the battle rap of today are not the same. So there's something called shock value that people do to try to get as much reaction from the crowd, try to get the battle viewed as many times on YouTube or World Star. Making World Star is like a dream for that type of thing because that's instant viral basically. So you know that in case you didn't see what happened, the woman was rapping and she grabbed a handful of this dude's junk off the rip. Just grabbed a handful of his junk, his stuff, his parts that aren't supposed to be touched. She grabbed a handful of it. So the question is, if the tables were turned, how would that have turned out? Oh, take your time. I'll wait. Take your time. I'll wait on this one. How would that have turned out if that was the man grabbing her junk? You know what I mean? And you know, it's a situation where it would have went viral probably if he did that shit for the wrong reasons. And it wouldn't have been a good look. Let's put it that way. But it's very interesting to see the dynamic. It's so off balance. That's off balance like shit. That's I swear, yo. The reason why there's so much fallout between men and women right now and all this other stuff is because of shit like this. You got all these forces that are putting situations like this. It's pretty much not even. It's not even kilted, you know. And I get it. Like you know, men can do things women can't do. Women can do things men can't do. And honestly, for me personally, I don't really consider it to be a that big of a deal for me because I'm kind of old school. Like we thought a little differently than kids do nowadays. So I mean, is it right or wrong? It's not my job to say. But what I say is, what would be the reaction for the equality crowd if it was the other way around? Now, there's one battle rap video where this dude smacked the girl's ass when she turned around while he was battle rapping her. He smacked her on the ass and she turned around and smacked the shit out of him while he was rapping. Just slapped him across the face. Everybody was laughing. Um, you know, but hey, the society we live in, right? The society we live in. All right, now I can't show you a clip of this next topic I'm gonna tell you about, but how many of you have seen the Kanye West Drink Champs interview? How many has seen that? Because this is interesting right here. This man was dropping some gems, and he was talking about some stuff he was not supposed to be talking about. You know what I mean? And he was going. This dude was talking about the record industry. Oh man, he was going in. Let me get some comments first, real quick. Hold on. I don't want to get too behind on the comments. We'll talk about that in a second. Hold up. I'm gonna skip all that. Skip that. It was a them binary situation. We all said that. Oh man, I can't deal. Media frenzy. Rachel says media frenzy. Absolutely. Dude would have got canceled and some more shit. Like, bro, he would have been able to go nowhere without getting freaking canceled. Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates would have kicked her off the stage. Real talk. I seen him do it. I seen him do it. Yeah, I said that. But yo, look, so Kanye West had dropped a video on Drink Champs. And if you guys don't know, Drink Champs is a hip hop based like interview style blog or whatever, or vlog, I'm sorry. What it basically is you'll have this guy named Noriega who's a '90s rapper that's real popular. He was in a group called Capone and Noriega, and they dropped I think they dropped like 2 albums. Capone ended up going to jail. Noriega put out a few albums after that, but he really didn't do too much in the rap game like that. So he ended up coming out with this joint called Drink Champs. So what he would do is invite '90s rappers and early 2000s rappers to talk, and not even just rappers. Like he would invite actors, boxers, and shit like that. Was Floyd Mayweather on there once? I can't remember. Maybe he was, but yeah, he would invite different people to come in there and talk, and he would talk about stuff that happened behind the scenes. So he invites Kanye West in, and anytime you have Kanye on anything, it's insta viral. It's great for your views. But people call Kanye crazy. But now that I start to really hear what this dude's talking about, this motherfucker spitting esoteric knowledge. He started going into the music. All right. Now, what's interesting about his input on music is Kanye West actually makes beats himself, and he's very heavily intertwined in the hip hop community in terms of like production. How the beat sounds, what's put in the beat, what's composed in the beat. And he dropped a very interesting nugget about 808, the 808 frequency. Now, this started to get really interesting when he started talking about this because I've been saying this for a long ass time about it. Nobody was trying to hear me about this. I talked to you guys about it for a while now. You guys know what's up, but a lot of people don't. So the 808 frequency is basically, from what he says, the root chakra. Is something that's put in the music you can't hear that basically keeps you in the lower state, your lower chakra, which is the bottom part of the chakra that's responsible for survival and fear. And he says the music that has 808 in it, which he made an album called 808 Heartbreak too. So Jimmy's probably right. But Jimmy says, of course, he knows he's in it. I think MK Ultra's wearing off or something like that because he's starting to say shit he ain't supposed to say. He wasn't supposed to say that. I promise you, he wasn't supposed to say that. But the 808 frequency is basically what he was saying is pretty much built to put you in a lower frequency, which makes you violent and it makes you like sexually crazed. So it keeps you in a sexual, violent mode. And I remember when I used to hear about my boys going to a club called the Tunnel here in Baltimore. And this club, if you went to this club, you was all kinds of a tough guy for real. I ain't never go to that motherfucker because I wasn't about that life. Because people that go in that bitch, you can expect to get in at least 2 fights. You might get stabbed, you might get shot. That's all part of the game. When you walk in there, it's like a hidden contract. Everybody knows you're not supposed to be in here unless you're trying to go to jail tonight. That's what it was for the tunnel joint. So people would go in a tunnel, and there was every time somebody went in there, somebody got killed. It was like, why the fuck would you go in there? But and I was wondering, like, these people aren't all violent people. They can't all just be animals. So what the fuck is causing these people to want to beat the shit out of each other? People that look like them, they look like each other. Everybody in there looks alike. And everybody's fighting, everybody's fucking stabbing motherfuckers. People getting shot out front when they leave outside. And I started to wonder what the fuck is the problem here. But then when I started to really think about it and I started to listen to the music was talking about nothing but chaos, bro. Like bullshit. You shouldn't even be listening to, Like Nuck If You Buck. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. I like the song for what it is, but every time somebody played that song in like an area where there was a lot of people, it was always a fight. Like, somebody always fought. It was never like a chill environment where people just vibe. Nah, motherfuckers was fighting. If you played Nuck If You Buck, somebody's getting fucked up. That and Lil Jon too. Lil Jon's he had a few hits that would cause people to he literally had a song called "Stop Acting Like a Bitch." You scared, you scared. So like, you would play that, and it would just be a mosh pit. It'd be a frenzy, bro. And I was just wondering, like, what is it about the music? I know it hypes you up, but what is it that's causing people to want to hurt each other, man? And then, dude, he was talking about the 808 heartbreak, and when people get he says it keeps you in the fear chakra, which is the lowest form of chakra, your lowest frequency. And with fear comes anger, what comes violence. You know what I mean? When you scared, you motherfuckers get violent and shit. And that's what happened. I still believe to this day it was the music causing people to do stuff like this, man. People hurting each other and stuff. People out there to just get their smash on. You're just out there just having sex and not even having any kind of situation with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, yeah. Kanye was breaking it down. Then he started to go in on he was talking about other artists and stuff like that, which I don't find that important really. But one thing he did say, he started to go into how the quote unquote blacks from down south were not all slaves and they cut him off. They would not let him finish that sentence because he was about to say some shit. About that. Back to the Dane Calloway teachings, bro. Back to the Dane Calloway teachings. Not all people who claim to be quote unquote black, which are indigenous, really. Not all of them were slaves, bro. I did my ancestry. They weren't slaves. Indigenous, man. Own land and everything. Oh, yeah. It's deep, yo. But the stuff he was talking about, and he kept saying, is this going to be the interview that gets me killed? This might be the interview that gets me killed. I'm probably going to get killed after this interview. He said that 3 times, bro. So he knew what time it was. He knew what time it was. Absolutely. Rachel says, as Kanye says, they say I'm crazy, but that's the best thing going for me. How about that, huh? Shit, they call us crazy for taking the plates off our car and putting custom plates on our shit and getting rid of our driver's license, right? Huh? Let's talk about it. Huh? You should see what they do with the masters before they're copied for release or either digital. Yeah, I was thinking that. Like, yo, they probably take these masters and they probably they put all kinds of shit in these masters. There's probably like whole entire speeches that your mind picks up, that your conscious can't hear, but your mind picks up. You know, I never really vibe with that. Like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm kind of a hypocrite though, because I was a Mobb Deep fan. I fucking love Mobb Deep. But some of that music, yo, like, yo, why the fuck was I listening to this shit? This shit is horrible. And not because the quality's bad. It's just, yo, this shit's telling you to go fucking shoot somebody and shit. You know what I mean? It was just crazy. And they actually killed Prodigy. Hey, look. If you guys ever heard Who Shot Ya by I think it was an LL Cool J song. It was LL Cool J, Foxy Brown, Keith Murray, Prodigy. I think that was everybody on the joint. But it was called Who Shot Ya? And Prodigy's verse literally was, he started off sound to begin again. You hear me, friend? Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society trying to keep an eye on me. He dropped that gem in there. And then he put out an album called Albert Einstein. He would always say stuff like that scattered. But it wasn't like he wouldn't do a whole like verse or a song about it. It was always scattered lines. Like he would tell people and people would just catch it and they would hear about it and they look into it a little bit, you know? So check this out. He put an album out called Album. This is when they got his ass because he started talking shit. There's a record. You can look at it on YouTube. I could play it on here, but I'll get pulled again from copyright shit. So I'm not gonna play it. But if you want to look at it yourself, grab a pen and paper and write it down. It's called Real Power is People. That's what it's called. This dude said, how did that verse go? Because he was really going in on all the shit that was happening behind the scenes that he saw while he was in that game. And he had a book that came out too, but he didn't touch on it in the book. But he literally said, what did he say? Jesus, I'm trying to remember what he said. He says, I tell you a little secret. It's a secret government, the worship of owl, that practice witchcraft to harness their power. Pedophiles rape little kids for energy. Satanic rituals, WTC. They lit the pentagram on fire. That's letting the Pentagon on fire. It was crazy, yo. You got to hear the whole song. But, yo, and then the music video was crazy because he just was telling you what was happening. He was telling, yo, you got to listen to it. You gotta listen to it, yo. You gotta listen to it, yo. It's crazy. But they actually he actually quote unquote died in the hospital of choking on an egg. He had a episode with his because he had sickle cell anemia. He had a sickle cell episode and he died in the hospital of choking on an egg. So there you go. There you go. Tony Cooper, what up, yo? I'm gonna file some indigenous thing in court so they know my status practice. You're not indigenous here though, bro. You indigenous to Africa. You gotta file that shit in Africa, bro. Stop faking the funk. You liked it because music is made into a spell. Elton John exposed that. Music lyrics, look at them, they're spells. Yeah, that's why they call it spelling. The best ones is when they repeat the chorus. It's all about repetition. Yeah, I believe that. But I was wondering why Wu-Tang was so successful. You know what I mean? Wu-Tang was so successful for real. Because Wu-Tang, a lot of times, they didn't even use choruses for real. Facts. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. My bad, I'm back. Yeah, so Wu Tang was real successful because when they came in the game, they have a very interesting show on I think it's on Hulu as a matter of fact. It's called Wu Tang American Saga. And they basically show how the Wu Tang clan got in. And they got in because their style was different. They didn't have any choruses repeating, chanting lines back and forth. It was about raw lyricism and stuff like that. So yeah, Wu Tang was always one of my favorites also. Look up John Todd. He was a certified male tech, certified male witch, which in the music industry took back in the 70s. He was talking about the inside workings of music industry. His family was the confidant. Oh, wow. Okay. Testimony of John Todd. I'm looking into that. Bet. Wrote that down. I'll be researching that. Citizenship, nationality is determined upon bloodline, not birthplace. Yeah, but to be indigenous though, you had to be indigenous to Africa. You can't really be indigenous here because you're not you're not indigenous to this land. You know what I mean? Oh yes, John Todd. John Todd was and is one of the Illuminati bloodlines. Collins is his last name, if I recall right. I gotta look into that, man. I'm behind on that. Give me exactly the Collins family. Male witch is a warlock. Yeah. So what's a state? Quizzing Kevin. There are 4 or 5 lost tapes as they call it. You want to listen to? Yeah, shimmy that shit, man. Please. I'm gonna listen to it. How am I not indigenous to America? I descended from the copper colored races that inhabited America. I thought you were from Africa, bro. You said you was from Africa. How you gonna be indigenous to America and be from Africa? That's the first word they gonna bust your ass with that question, bro. Unless you got one of your moms or dad is from I don't know. You gotta figure that out, bro. But it's impossible for you to be indigenous to America. You're not from the soil, bro. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. You can't just come here claiming to be indigenous to America. What do you mean? What I'm saying, bro? I'm not clear on what your question is. Indigenous people. Indigenous people are the people of the land that basically were here before the current inhabitants. So that means your bloodline is here on the soil. That means you're um, an indigenous being of the land, pretty much. You're indigenous, but you're indigenous to Africa, which is nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that at all. I don't see what the big deal is, really. Facts. I really don't see what the big deal is, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. The facts are the facts, bruh. All right, so let me see. All right, yeah, we covered that right there. All right, look, I want y'all to look at this right here. Now, as many of you have known, Travis Scott did a concert which Logic and a few other rappers were a part of, and apparently 11 people dropped dead at this concert. We're talking about the music industry heavy right now because there's been a lot of shaking and moving in the music industry. So Travis Scott did a show at Astroworld, which is like a big ass festival they do once a year. And pretty much what happened is people started dying. And testimony from people who were there, one girl said she felt like she couldn't move. Her ribs were being squeezed, her arms was super heavy, and she couldn't leave. She could just sit there and suffer. She said it was hard to breathe and it was very hot. That's what she said. Matter of fact, don't take my word for it. because I listened to like 5 testimonies. But I'm gonna play it out for you. Hold on. Exactly what she said. Check this out. Now, what Jimmy Bennett was talking about is 1,000% facts. Look at this shit.
We spoke to tonight say within Travis Scott's first song that he performed, they realized they needed to get out. They needed to leave the Astroworld Festival. They say for as many people as wanted to get out of this packed, tight crowd, even more wanted to push their way to the front of the stage and get as close as they possibly could. This evening, they recalled for us the vivid looks of terror on so many
faces. Does her face look weird to me, or is it just me? That should look like a mask.
They ruined Astrofest or Astroworld Fest. The first time it was something like, I mean, you go and you just have nothing but fun time, like fun stories to tell. And I mean, this time you like barely make it out alive.
In the photo, 19-year-old Kaya Reedus and 20-year-old Zachary Scott took prior to Astroworld yesterday. They're smiling. Today, the friends were very subdued, traumatized, as they said.
This time at Astroworld, it was totally different. It was just like a concert from hell.
The way they described the scene at Energy Park Friday night is enough to rattle someone who wasn't even there. Unable to breathe, piles of people on the ground, some clawing on their clothes as a lifeline, trying to get up so they weren't trampled, pressed so close to strangers that you couldn't lift your arms or turn your head. They were trapped and helpless.
I was literally praying, and I was like, please get me out of here. Like, this is not how I want to go, please.
The friends say things escalated when Travis Scott took the stage and people pushed their way to the front. Both Reedus and Scott were rescued by strangers. They tried to get help for other people who were passed out, being stepped on, but the show continued. Scott lost a lot of respect for the musician who he was a big fan of prior to last night.
And, you know, people are blaming it on, like, they're saying, oh, well, like, these people are all on drugs. Like, I was stone cold sober the whole time, and I could not get out of there.
Even after seeing the images of the concert, if you weren't there, Scott and Rita say it's tough to fully comprehend the vulnerable situation that thousands of people found themselves in.
That's not how a concert should be. Like, you shouldn't have to be like, oh, okay, I have to fight like either life or death to get out of this. And you might see a few dead bodies, but that's just a part of the experience.
At NRG Park, Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
All right, so that's the Travis Scott Festival Astroworld joint. All right, and there's a few other people that had some eyewitnesses too that didn't make the news, and they were even more descriptive of that. Like I said, people were saying that their ribs felt like they were being crushed, and they felt like they couldn't move their arms. Yo, that's my fault. Nah, nobody cut me out, bro. That's me. Damn, how much did y'all miss? I don't know how that happened. How much did y'all miss, man? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's my fault. Nah, yeah, I'm gonna take the L on that one. That wasn't nobody shut my shit off. I accidentally hit the button somehow. But no, I don't know where I left off at, yo. But yeah, somebody was saying that the Kardashians are pretty much like men. Well, they're men or whatever. They're actually men. And then they were saying that some of these people, these men or whatever, they get with them. They pretty much have spells over top of them. They keep them doing things like get out, that type of thing. Yeah, so I actually had to scroll down, but yeah, hold on. Yo, Jimmy jokes. Oh yes, now come the hand gesture. Are you a troll, man? You trolling, bro? Hilarious. Um, you were mute. Oh shit, damn. Really? How long was I muted? Y'all. So hold up. Y'all let me talk for like 5 minutes, and I was muted. Oh my gosh, y'all terrible, man. I ain't repeating all that shit. Hey. Let me tell you something, bro. I dropped the secrets too, and y'all ain't hear the secrets, so that's on y'all. That's what y'all get for not saying nothing earlier. That's funny. All right, no, but no. So, I mean, basically, I ain't got my phone in me. Hold up, let me see. I had my phone put down, yo. Yeah, I just got the text. I turn my ring off and stuff when I'm doing this. But yo said repeat my comment, yo. So I really don't want to get into all that tonight because it's so complicated, yo. But no, you're not indigenous to America. You're indigenous to Africa. All right. So we talked about this before. The story of slavery is that pretty much all the black people that are here on the land were pretty much brought from Africa so that they could work as slaves on plantations. All right. The reason why that story don't check out is because that many boats leaving back and forth between here and Africa that many times when they could capsize with the technology they had back then. And you're bringing these black people over here who are bound by the heads and feet for 3 months because the trip from Africa to America is 3 months. You're bound from the head and feet for 3 months. You're not on your feet. You're not using your muscles. You're eating what? What are you eating? What are you drinking? Huh? What are you drinking? What are you eating? You're laying in your feces and your own piss or whatever for 3 months. You're not dying of disease. All right. So the majority of people basically got sick. Okay. And then they got to learn to walk again. How effective? What kind of investment is that to pay these workers or quote unquote slave drivers to go to Africa and take these people from Africa? All right, put them on this boat, bound them by the head and the feet. If you've ever been off your feet for a week, I was in the hospital multiple times. If you can't walk for a week, your legs atrophy. You cannot walk. You got to learn to walk again. Okay, so the story don't make sense. It don't make sense. The bottom line is very few people were brought here from Africa. Majority of us were already here. We're from these tribes here. All right. The Nanticoke tribe is the one I'm from, and the Cherokee tribe also. Don't call me no black African American. I'm not African. Don't even call me no Native American. And the thing about it is, when you really start to study your history and you start to find out, exactly who you are. And the thing is, a lot of us don't know who we are. But that's the problem with today. People don't know who they are, so they claiming the wrong shit. All right, and I'm gonna stand by that. Now check this out right here. I'm gonna close this argument out in fashion. All right, close this argument out. This argument is done, Kevin. We ain't going back and forth about this. Check this out. Look at this. All right. Now I wonder how I can blow this up. Hold on. Blow this damn thing up. All right. So this is a map of the United States before. Here we go. This is a map of the United States of America before they was changed over into all those other such and suches pretty much. These are the original land masses. Hold on. You can't even see them, can you? Let me change that. Hold on. Let me change that for you. You can't see it. Let me change it for you. Hold up. These are the original joints, and this is what they were called back in the day. There it is. All right, check this out. Let me know if y'all can y'all see that? There we go. So look. All right. It wasn't no Florida. It wasn't no Texas. It wasn't no New Mexico. There wasn't no Arizona. There wasn't no California. This is what the land masses were basically known as. This was the territories, all right? Before it was pretty much turned into the United States of America, pretty much. This is what it was, all right? This right here is where I'm from. It's Maryland, pretty much. I can't zoom in anymore. All right, you see that right there. The Cherokee had a lot of land. The Cherokee basically had most of the East Coast. All right. Those are indigenous people. If you can't claim one of them tribes, Kevin, you are not indigenous. And it's nothing against you. It's fine to not be indigenous. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with that. You're indigenous to Africa. That's why a lot of the tribalism you guys have when you come over here, you know, and I know about the tribalism because a lot of my customers are Nigerian. And they'll say, no, I am not Cameroon. I'm not from that tribe. I'm different. I don't do business like that. You feel me? And I hear that. I hear the tribalism, but it's part of you. It's ingrained in your culture, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not one of them tribes right there, bro, you are not indigenous to this land. All right. So a majority of people in here are awake, so they know who they are. So my man Tony Cooper, he's Blackfoot Cherokee. All right. Me, I'm Nanticoke and Cherokee. All right. If you can't claim one of them tribes, Kevin, you're not indigenous to this land. I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to be a dick. All right. Facts. But you can't say you indigenous, fam. That's just they're fucking around. You're fucking around getting in trouble for that. Cause they know. They'll know what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yep, that's what it is. So yeah, we're gonna put that argument is dead now, Kevin. Please don't do that, man. Don't get yourself in trouble by trying to claim indigenous. You're indigenous to Africa. You can put your notes in with Africa, man. Whatever tribe, you know. But there's nothing wrong with being from Africa. There's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? What? All right. Lineage was already here. There you go. I'm part Cherokee myself. You probably aren't part Cherokee. You probably are Cherokee for real. A lot of people who call themselves black think they're part Indian. No, you're not part Indian. And here's the reason why that is because they were threatened. The ancestors were threatened back in the day to stop claiming that they were quote unquote Indian. If you look at the death certificates of any of your last, I want to say 4 generations, you'll notice very interestingly enough that the classification of the people was changed. So I looked at my grandmother's, right? Hers said African American. I looked at her mother's. Hers said Negro, right? Follow me here. Oh, excuse me. Hers said black. I looked at her mother's. Hers said Negro. But then I went further back and looked at hers. And hers was Indian. You just gotta check the records, bro. We talked about this. Go right down to your what is it? What is that called? Where would you go? What's it? Department of Vital Statistics. You can go back there and you can ask them for stuff like that. They'll give it to you. They'll give it to you. You just gotta know what to ask for. You gotta know your lineage, man. It's very important. This is what gives us the right to be non-citizen nationals, foreign nationals. Because we were already goddamn here. This land, this is our birthright. You feel me? That's the difference. Absolutely, Tony. We know what time it is, and it ain't no. You ain't one of us. It ain't like that, bro. It's not like that. I swear, it's not like. Please don't let this turn into that. That's not what it is. I'm simply correcting you to give you the correct information. You feel me? Facts. How they trick you not claiming the land and tell you, yeah, facts. That's how they got you. That's how they got people for real. And y'all got me talking about this now. But yeah, that's how they got you. And then also they threaten people too. They threaten people's families and shit to stop claiming Indian. And they put all these benefits and privileges if you claim you black or Negro and shit. You know what I mean? All that stuff. I skipped the consultants, man. My bad. Kevin, all in all, you can claim American national status with declaration indigenous. Nah, bro, that's a birthright. Exactly. It's a birthright. Here we go, man. Joy, why you laughing, Joy? I was born in Grenada and I'm Cuban, but I'm indigenous to the Americas and I'm Gula Seminole. There you go. Yep. So but yeah, so all that is what it is, man. Like again, it ain't me being divisive or nothing like that, because I ain't about no divisiveness, man. But history is history. We gotta stay true to history. If we don't stay true to history, we doing what they doing. You feel me? You feel me? We doing what they doing, basically. I was listening to one of Dane Calloway's videos, and he was saying that this lady was talking to her grandmother, actually her great grandmother, a while back, and she was her great grandmother was real mean, so she tried to get some information out of her about what kind of Indian they were or whatever like that. And I hate the word Indian. She said Indian. That was her words. So she says she asked her, and she just keeps changing the subject. So one day they got in an argument about it. And she said, I'll take it to my grave. I ain't never telling you. Like she refused to tell her what tribe she was from, bro. And it's just like, how is it that you are not telling your great granddaughter what tribe she's from? Is it one of them things where you were threatened or something like that? Like there's some psychological scarring behind that. You know what I mean? Like, why would you not say that? You feel me? To somebody who's related, like so they can know who they are. But yeah, I would guess that there's a lot that went down in the past. You know what I mean? The raping, of course, the raping and pillaging of the villages. We already know about that. That's a given. But then probably, psychological mind games, torture and shit like that, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, you seen how Judge Joe Brown is. Man, let me tell you something about Judge Joe Brown is a boule motherfucker. All right, Judge Joe Brown is in one of them Greek sorority or whatever the hell they call. I don't know. I don't care that he one of them groups or whatever like that. And what I got nothing against those guys. Let's put it this way. But I do know for a fact that there are gatekeepers for the quote unquote African Americans who keep people in check from getting notoriety and fame without going through them. You cannot make it to a certain status without going through them first. And they've already sold their asses. They sold their asses to the Democrats a long time ago. You look at fucking what's his name? I can't stand this motherfucker. What the hell is his name? What is his name? Not even just Jesse Jackson. He grinds my gears. But what is that guy with the slick back hair, the real skinny ass dude with the slick back hair? What is his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. He sold his ass. That motherfucker sold his ass a long time ago. Every time I turn around, they're always pandering towards the Democrats. And oh my God, it's disgusting, yo. It's disgusting. And just watching these dudes tap dance left and right, trying to stay on the Democrats' good side is just embarrassing, bro. That's another thing Kanye was talking about. He was mad at Big Sean and what's that ordinary people singing ass guy? What the hell's his name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. He was mad at the two of them basically for turning their backs on Kanye West in favor of the Democrats. Because Kanye West was telling black people, quote unquote, black people to get off of the Democratic plantation. And they got mad about it. So the Democrats went ahead and paid them some bitches to turn their back on them. And keep in mind, Kanye West signed Big Sean after hearing him freestyle outside of a concert once. Not even because he heard his music first. He heard this motherfucker rap and gave him a deal. Al Sharpton, that's his name. I can't stand him. Al Sharpton. I don't like that guy, bro. Oh my gosh. It's horrible, man. Sheesh. Freaking horrible. Judge Joe Trader, yeah, Judge Joe Brown, he's a boule, bro. So like you see Dane Calloway getting so much notarization, and he didn't have to go through any of them dudes. He's doing it by himself, and Judge Joe Brown had to come out there and check him. And I said, whose man is this? Who guarding him? Who's supposed to be guarding? You're supposed to be guarding the lower level. Oh, I'll get on it. So now he's jumping out there running his mouth, dead wrong. You feel me? Dead wrong. He said, I'm a Mason and I'm saying with authority he's tripping. Facts. Jesse Jackson, one of the gatekeepers, boule. Yep, boule Negroes. Oh boy, we got a Freemason. This guy. Sharp. Al Sharpton. That's his name, yo. Those are two Masons too. Those two are Masons too. Probably. How do you trace your lineage? Well, I can't say how to do it in Africa. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there's some vital statistics in Africa too. You probably already know your heritage in Africa, though, man. Fun fact: one of them was involved in killing MLK. Yeah, I know about that, y'all. I know about that. The CIA actually, yeah, we know about that. Uh huh. Oh yeah, we're very familiar with that. We know. Uh huh. Yeah, somebody. You know, I got another invite to become a Prince Hall Mason. I got another. That's four in total. I got 4 invites to become a Prince Hall Mason. Grandma maiden name. Yeah, man. All right, look. So this is the time where I drop in a link. I know there's a few of you that probably want to get in. I drop this link here, and anybody who wants to come in and drop some heat upon us, please do. Please do. Please let's chop up what we talked about so far. Let's chop it up. Yo, Dick Gregory was my man, yo. Like, yo, Dick Gregory did not give a shit. I like Dick Gregory, man. He was dope. Yeah, I like Joe. He was real blatant with that shit. He didn't give a damn, bro. He would drop bars upon you, whether you're ready to hear it or not. You was gonna hear some bars. If you can hear his voice, you was gonna learn. Him and Dr. Sabi were my 2 favorites. Oh man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But there's the link. Y'all crazy in the chat, bro. Y'all going off. What up, Douglas? Bobby Hemmett too. There's a lot of them that were, it's shit, man. Even Huey Newton, he got over on because of motherfuckers not knowing how to work together for real. You know what I mean? Like he ended up getting got because of that shit. You know what's crazy? I didn't know Huey Newton was still alive in '89. I was actually alive when Huey Newton was alive. I thought he got killed off in the '70s. He was actually on what show was he on? What is that girl that little short blonde haired, short haired lady with glasses? They used to have the TV show in the late '90s, late '80s, early '90s. I can't remember what her name was, but yeah, I think he was on her show once too. Yeah, that was crazy. And we had the consultant. What up, dude?
What up, bro?
How's it going, famo?
Cooling.
What it is, man?
Scaring Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's cool. Yo. He real. Jimmy
nah, I'm
real.
messing with him.
Yeah, he real old school, man. Jimmy hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what you think about the whole Travis Scott thing, dude?
Shit. I mean, I don't know if it was a ritual or not. Shit. People died when I went to Rolling Loud, like when not even Rolling Loud, like Dayglow and stuff like that in Miami and stuff when I was in college. I mean, people was passing out. Somebody died down there. You know, it was techno music.
But 11 people though, bro. 11?
Yeah, I mean, shit, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little. Like I'll accept 1 or 2, but 11 people, bro. Yeah, that's a lot of heads, man.
I mean, shit. I don't know. They probably put, you know what? They probably put some in the drinks.
I was thinking about that too, but the dude has said he it wasn't nothing going on with him. He was just all fucked up in the game. It probably was a frequency, bro. Like people don't realize how strong them frequencies can be, bro. Like frequencies is fire body. Let me show you guys something real quick. You know the body is made of what is it? 85% water. Might be more than that for real.
Yeah.
Let me show y'all something real quick. And I look at some of this stuff sometimes. I just think it's interesting what you can actually do to water with frequencies. All right, check this out right here. Look at this. And this is what I'm talking about. All right. So your body's water. It's very simple. Your body's water, and sound is a frequency, right? Take a look at this. Now, you ain't gonna hear no sound, but you can just basically watch as soon as this commercial goes away.
our family of brands at Hilton.com. To new memories.
Go away. All right, check this out. Look at that. And they did this with like different megahertz do different things to water. But look at that, bruh. And they're adjusting different frequency and it's doing different. Look at that. How? Yo, that's dope, yo. So you can actually take a frequency and you can twist somebody's freaking water in their body to do shit like that. This is probably why people was getting fucked up. I mean, let's put 2 and 2 together here. Look at this. If your brain is doing this when they adjust the frequency, you feel me? And if the speakers they use or whatever they use with them systems, the money they got, bro, they can, bro, times a million. Yep. Yeah, man. So I mean, you know, it ain't really it ain't super complex. I mean, it's just really, to me, it seems like common sense, honestly. You feel me?
True.
Yeah, but I mean, no offense or nothing like that. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, like, yo, you know, if this is what we talking about, and this is what can be done with frequencies, and we're 85% water, why not put the 2 together? You know?
True. Anything that can be used to heal you can be used to destroy you.
Facts. That's 100% facts, bro. You know what I mean?
Because they do be using frequencies. I know it's a place over here in St. Pete in Florida here. I go to this guy named Henry, and he uses like the tuning fork, the frequencies and stuff. They do all types of healings, all types of stuff, man. I've seen some crazy stuff in there.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all kinds of ways to move around, though, man. My man, Jimmy. Oh, now the quiet symbol comes out.
It ain't even that. It ain't even like that. Yeah.
Hey, Sally Jesse Raphael. That's what it was. Carl on point today with the names, man. I know who I'm thinking about, but it's not coming out as frequently as it should. But Carl on point. Yes, sir. Sally Jesse Raphael. He was on that TV show, UEP News. Scare me. I think not. You know better than that, than being a Freemason or anything related to that.
It's not like that. Oh,
Tony Cooper said, yeah, I saw you in the queue, Tony. You can hop back in if you want. My bad. I was trying to go over that video. Hop back in, bro, please. I have a hard time getting facts from this incident. I didn't know 11 people passed away. I heard 11 people passed away. I think it was, I want to say Saturday. I heard about it or something. It might have been Saturday. But yeah, I heard it was 11 people. But you know, the news, you know what I mean? It might be 6 at one news source, then it might be 8, then it might be 11. You feel me? Which also, you know, that goes to say, hey, how true is this shit we're hearing? You feel me? If they can lie about how many people died.
I want to know who they gonna hold responsible for it.
Nobody. They probably gonna say they just had a heart attack or something like that. You know, they were doing drugs. They found traces of fentanyl in their system. You know how they get down, bro.
Right.
You already know that. Frequency and water. Read Mr. Masaru Emoto. All right. Rachel question is how did they die according to the coroner's report? Agreed. Yeah, that's what he just said. Yep. Along with a vax-only event, graphene creating a stronger semiconductor through a vessel. Yo, that's what I was saying, bro. What if it's a combination? What if it's the vaccine? You can only go in that because you know you heard it was certain concerts you can only get into if you had the vaccine, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if it was a combination of the vaccine and then the 808 joint? You know what I mean? And then the graphite, bro. That's a bruh. Bruh, listen, bro.
It might be something there. That's
Yeah,
true.
man.
I ain't think about that.
I'm telling you, son, these vax only concerts. And then what if it was a situation with some of the people that didn't die? They had the fake ass vaccine passports.
Mm.
You know? Yes, sir. Drugs and water fruits manipulation, probably both. Yep. I guess you meant drugs. Unless that's Spanish for drug. That's not Spanish for drugs, is it?
Drogas. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. She must be Dominican. That's with certain music that shakes your blood. Yeah, I can't mess with it, bro. Joan Rivers definitely had a show. Exactly. That is a great point. Yep. Yo, you want to hop back in, Tony? You can hop back in, bro, if you're not busy or whatever like that. But yo, and then how about this, bro? Remember with the vaccine, there was a big thing with people having blood clots.
Mm-hmm.
So what if it's a correlation between the 808 and the blood clots? So what if it's moving the blood clots to your heart? What if you took the vaccine and your blood's starting to clot up, and then it's moving the clots in your blood to your heart and stops your heart? Because they were saying that people were having heart attacks, right?
Yeah.
How about that?
People
Huh?
just stopping, like their hearts is just stopping and stuff.
How about that, bro? I mean, shit, a blood clot in your heart will kill you. Facts.
Yes, sir.
It don't even gotta be a big blood clot. You're finished. Facts. Yeah. Shit, you get a blood clot in your lung, you might die. Straight up. Rachel says Cuban, but I get that. My bad, yo. You know what? And I usually don't do that because some people get offended when you guess wrong. But my bad, yo. So yeah, what if it's a combination of those, man?
Shit, it'll be crazy to see.
We got Tony Cooper.
Yeah, my fault. I had to click out as I was rolling a blunt.
I'm not mad at that, Chief.
It's Sunday.
Good reason to click out.
I remember because I listen certain music you listen to. Y'all ever listen to Daz Effects? And you know how the beat used to like drop, the heavy bass line beat, and then that beat used to like make you feel a certain type of way. You got beats that make you feel like you want to have a heart attack.
Yep.
Certain fast paced beats, it does that.
So you was one of them cats in the grand marquee with the heavy bass.
I was by the speaker. Yo, they got beats that make girls get horny. They got all type of frequencies going on.
Yeah, I remember the Mobb Deep guy that Twisted used to get girls real horny. They used to play that shit.
Yeah, yo, they play with tones, and because I used to be in Times Square a lot, so the clubs down there, you could, because I used to be in the tunnel a lot. You go by Flex when he's DJing, he plays certain beats around certain time. You start see people acting crazy around 2 to, because you know the club ends at like 3:30, 4 o'clock back in the days, and people act weird. I guess that's the time. Everything is thin from 2 a.m. because a lot of things happen around that time. You start seeing funny things in the club. People look different. People acting different. Then certain things happen. Girls waking up in hotels don't remember how they got there. Yeah, B.
Well, yeah, you couple that with a full moon too.
Yeah.
You feel me? All that stuff, bro. Like, yeah, absolutely.
That's why when I go outside, I ask my girl to come with me because it's not like back in the 80s and the 90s no more. It's totally different vibe when you're going outside because you'll see full moons. Sometimes you'll see 2 things that look like moons out because like up here where I'm at in upstate New York, we're near the North Star, so you could look in the sky, you see it. Sometimes you see the fog in the mornings and all that. They doing a lot out here because I think the Army base is over there near Newburgh because the water over there is poisoned already. Yeah. I'm gonna chill talking because they'll start messing with my joint.
Yeah, they start messing with you. Last time you talked, they almost got you up out of there.
Yeah, because I showed my birth certificate what I did to it.
Yeah, they ain't like that too much.
Everybody be like, oh, sometimes I do little shit to show Kevin. Start reading, stop mouth and ear hustling, punk. Start reading. You can tell when a dude don't read. I tell my daughter, I'll teach you how to read if you read the manual. Doesn't mean you're gonna get a driver's license, but you gotta read the manual, no street rules. So she was like, all right. I said, you read the manual? I don't know what's up with these little kids. They don't want to read. I call them little kids. You under 21, you a little kid. You don't like to read.
Right.
I bet you put a video game or a music video, they can sit there and rehearse the whole song to you just hearing it one time. It's crazy, yo. We weren't like that. I guess the internet messed them up. because we didn't have internet. Remember, the TV used to go snow around 12, 1 o'clock. That's when the Merv Griffin show on. Oh, let me chill.
It had that tone. It had that tone on it. That
see, I remember back when you used to be like watching Channel 45 here in Maryland, and after 12, I want to say 12 a.m., you would see this Pledge Allegiance type joint with the Air Force flying and stuff, and it would say good night, and then it would just go, and it'd be the colors until like 8 o'clock in the morning on Mondays.
But it was bugged out when it hit in the 90s. They started playing the most boringest Vietnam thing. Remember Nash? Oh my God! Yo.
Oh yeah.
Yo, man, Nash,
I used to cry hearing that song when I was little.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I used to like Nash. I must be a weirdo, bro.
That was like 5 a.m.
That dude Hawkeye was an asshole, yo. I don't know, man. I'm a weird guy, bro. But yeah, I actually like I like MASH. A man says cardiac arrest usually from getting in a ventilator after a respiratory infection creating fluids around the heart.
Yeah, but A6, you got to tell them to perfect their style, though. They got to get this book. Tell Kevin, step your game up. Stop buying Jordans. It's only $300.
Yeah. And that's, what kills me, bro. And that's facts, yo. Like, I know a lot of dudes that actually always have money for shit that ain't doing nothing for them. Like, yo, you always got money for, like, top shelf Hennessy.
Yeah, no disrespect to the ladies. Dudes out here paying $150 to smash chicks. Come on.
You paying for ass. You paying for Jordans. You paying for Gucci belts and all this other shit that ain't doing nothing but depreciating. Remember the conversation that, matter of fact, I ain't going to say that. I'm just going to go old school. I got you, yo. I got you. He laughing because I'm about to pull some shit up real quick. Check this out. Yeah, he gonna laugh when I pull this up.
Oh, I get my snacks.
You might want to hit that blunt before I play this, yo. Here we go. All right, boom. I got you. Let me get this commercial out of the way.
That boy jumping on them mic nights, boy.
Yo, I've been smoking all day.
Check this out. Remember this?
Oh shit! This is where Fabulous got that hook from. Guns and butter.
Mm-hmm.
Make my mom unhappy. Make his ass bleed. On the real. Make him feel the steel. As long as she happy. Got his back. Won't be no strife. And I hope his ass hear me too, nigga. I hear you.
Six, you gotta unmute yourself, bro.
Artwork. Shit that appreciates with value. What's the butter? Cars, clothes.
Let me rewind it for those who didn't hear that part.
I see you got yourself a little business going. Well, that's good. That's good. You make that paper. But when you're making paper, you got to learn some rules to go with it. You got to learn the difference between guns and butter. There are two types of niggas in this world. There are niggas with guns and niggas with butter. Now, what are the guns? The guns, that's the real estate. The stocks and bonds. Artwork. Shit that appreciates with value. What's the butter? Cars, clothes, jewelry, all that other bullshit that don't mean shit after you buy it. That's what it's all about. Guns and butter, baby. Little dumb motherfuckers.
All right, guns and butter. Guns and butter, baby. Yeah, so that's what it is. So yeah, go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and drop that 300 on the education. Get yourself educated. Feel me?
Facts.
And ain't nobody saying you wasting money. We're not saying that. You know what I mean? My
Did you
man,
hear what he said? Stocks and bonds.
yep. Shit that appreciates with value. Let your money work for you.
That's national shit on the street level.
Or
Just he
you
just
can
didn't record it.
Yep, facts. Or you can invest in yourself, like the knowledge or whatever, like the book my man just held up.
Yeah.
Learn the knowledge. You feel me? Absolutely.
Instead of paying $500 to talk to somebody on the phone about it, they charge off for laziness.
Right. There you go. Go ahead and put this on here.
And Kevin, you are in a racist state, and they grow weed out there. So why do you think they move like bandits out there? They be robbing the weed dealers in your state. Just to let you know, because my uncles go fishing out there.
Yeah, I told you, Massachusetts is sideways, bro. Oh my gosh.
Yo,
you can look at how the Patriots play and tell that motherfucker.
yeah, because when my uncles go out there, I got like 2 uncles that are Masons. They pull their status every time they go out there. They don't be playing out there, yo. Especially you a smart ass and you ain't got your shit proper with them. The Kevin Weeds and learn. In order to, you can't be a minor when you go in that courtroom, yo. You talking, you have to have all your paperwork, and you can't go in there arguing. That's another thing. That's why everybody needs to learn that secure party creditor. You see how I be on there, Don Killam, that boy got it. He studied the books. I got the books he studied. That's why I be laughing. And he says it to you, yo, it's so simple. You see how he be smoking a blunt. So even a pothead can learn this. But nobody wants to pick the book up. But if you put up, I remember everybody was buying the source. Oh, look at Nas change. How about you read up something to help your ass?
Right.
Oh, another thing. Didn't he say he was never going to do Hennessy commercials? I remember that. And now I watch this fool. He probably went through that door.
Yep. How about that?
Little shirt, little dress.
My man Ahanu says, what's the title of the book?
Oh, he ain't get it. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I ain't going to be a crab. You know some dudes hide the book. Yo, let them know. The art of passing the book.
Yep.
So if you go to the club, it's $20 for a lap dance. So I say what, $15, $20 bills? That's like what? Damn, that's a lot of lap dances. So you can afford the book if you could afford lap dances.
Yep.
Just saying. If you smoke weed, well, I smoke a lot of weed. So if I can buy this, I know damn well I can buy that. Because your kids, you could pass it to your kids. You know what I mean? I got my daughter reading this, man, because she's like, oh, I know a little bit of this. And she's even reading up on the American Indians. Like there's certain books you can give them to read about. But anybody that has kids on here, I went to private school. I did all of that. Yo, teach your kid about credit. Teach them about credit, man. Because at the end of the day, you know about your straw man, but you still can benefit from the straw man. You know what I'm saying? Also, because you transfer the money over to the trust, but everybody don't act like, oh, it's different processes. First, you got to claim who you are. That's the first thing you got to do, Kevin. You got to read. When you go in that court, popping that mess, you got to know what you're talking about. Because when you go to court, it's not about arguments. When you're a secured party creditor, it's about accepting and signing off. But in order to do that, you got to have your joint, you're established as land. You know what you are when they say get your estate number and read up on the estate numbers. That's who you are, the land. They're not talking about houses. To all you dummies that don't want to read, they're not talking about houses. Get the Black Laws Dictionary. I think I bought like 3. I be overbuying this shit because I be putting it in boxes and forget I got it.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
Yeah, man. Because at the end of the day, everybody don't see what's going on. Yo, remember everybody was shopping. It's funny, there's still Jordans, but when you go to the malls, there's no trucks out here delivering clothes. So what you gonna keep copping? Sneakers?
Yep.
No, son, I gotta get plied. Who wants to go to a club if you didn't get
I'll tell them a simple remedy. If you got to go to court and you got an arraignment, walk into court, ask the administrative law judge or the traffic hearing officer, just ask them who they represent. They're going to say either the county municipal, or they're going to say the state of. Then you give them a verbal notice of conflict of interest because the judge is representing the state Well, actually, the judge is representing the plaintiff. That's a
Can't hear you. He went blank.
Oh, they got him out of there.
Yeah, see? When you were talking, that's I told you when I kept getting on there, they kept zap. Kept
Yeah.
zapping me.
What up? I'm not a U.S. citizen. How you feeling, bro? My man Dan.
Yes, he got it right. It's all
He actually
about
says,
commerce.
"Yep, AMD, Coinbase, Tesla, Global Foundries, Nvidia. Yo, Nvidia has been doing some crazy shit lately, bro. I've been keeping an eye on Nvidia. I'm so
Did you
mad
see
because
the new rules they got out for the Biden trying to put in for the crypto? What do you think he's doing the infrastructure off? If he's going to take whoever cash their money out, they getting half of your shit.
that's crazy, man.
That crypto is funny, man. That's why I be laughing. If you're a nationalist, man, you better study secure party credit. There is no money, yo. Everything is based on. Let me stop talking. Bitch. You know what I mean, A6.
Yeah, we know what time it is, man. Facts on that. The status is a jurisdiction. Yep.
Yeah, because if you
Just,
could write
blah,
notes
blah.
like a bank, you have the
Yeah,
power of a
Nvidia,
bank.
bro. Let me tell you about Nvidia. I actually saw a video. It was $350. I was like, damn, yo, if I had serious cheese, I can get on Nvidia. Man, I really wish I had like 20 bands to put on Nvidia because yo, that shit is going right now.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Because they
crypto
going
is the move.
digital. They going digital with it. They going digital, yo.
Facts.
They going deep into the matrix.
Oh man, it's like I said, man. The best thing to do right now is to start buying books on that crypto and all that stuff, and start really learning the game.
Silver and
Definitely
gold.
silver, and that's another thing too. And matter of fact, I ain't gonna cap, yo. I grabbed 2 more grams of silver
Yo,
bullion for real.
didn't you watch the John Wick? Didn't you see what was going on when the police came to his door and knocked and said, "John, you back in it again?" He was like, nah, I was just clearing up a few contracts." You didn't see how the police was like, "You back in the game," and then you see how every dead body he had, he kept using gold coins. You didn't peep that?
I
You
didn't
didn't
watch
see?
John Wick, bro.
You better watch it and watch
Yeah.
how he went to his old boss. He burnt the money in the bank. He burnt the money. Why you think he did that? They're moving in the private and public. That's what John Wick was about. They was dealing in the private and the public. You see how they was shooting and nobody in the public knew, but they weren't getting in trouble because private and public.
Damn.
They was using gold coins. I kept rolling. You pop a nigga, you call him up, yo, come clean the body up, and you pass him 1 coin. Gold coin. I was like, yo, they're showing you right now. They've been doing it. It's just funny.
Gold coin. Yeah, that's private. That's as private as you can get, man.
Yeah, they're showing you in the movies. You know what I'm saying?
Rachel says, Tony, I'll buy any books you have extra if you like to sell.
When I tell her go on, I look on Amazon and then I go on eBay, and a lot of dudes and females need money because a lot of these businesses closing down. So a lot of the libraries are selling their books on there cheap. You know what I'm saying? See how I caught that book about that the Bad Wolf was talking about? That shit was $1,500. I got it for $5 on eBay. It was only 1. I be catching the luck. I snatched that sucker for $5. I said, how you say Kevin would have probably bought 2 Pele leathers if they still was in style. But anyways, I gotta mess with him, yo, because these youngins don't want to read, yo. They want to pop this mess and don't want to read.
Pele was expensive back in the day.
I got like 8 of them, and they still classic because I used to get them shipped from Chicago to store. They know me on first name basis. I even got one with my name on it.
Damn. That's hard. Yo, yeah, Pele was like, that shit was like Gucci back in the day.
It's still the same way.
You was good.
Because everything is pleather leather now. You got fake leather now, yo. I'm about to go snatch a fur. They cheap now. Everything cheap.
Dan says, word, bro, I get medals. Absolutely. I've been saying that to you guys. Grab your gold and silver. Jimmy Bennett says grams of silver. Oh no, I got a little something, you know what I mean? I got a little something.
Did you get some seeds? Did you get seeds?
Seeds?
Yeah.
I got a few seeds, yeah. I got the heirloom seeds. I got a few of them joints. Yeah.
You good though, because you got in Maryland, you got good soil out there to grow. So it don't matter. You good.
Yeah, we got some stuff out here.
It's just us in the city, yo. They trying to do stuff up here.
Yo, but to be honest, bro, that ain't even no excuse because you can grab 4 buckets, fill them with soil, and get busy. Real
That's
talk.
why. That's why I moved from the Bronx up to Dutchess County. I'm surrounded by nothing but farmland. So you know what I mean. It's
That's
like an
fire.
hour drive back to the city. I be on that consulting on that highway wilding.
Word. Says I'm into Lucid Motors, VLTA, EVGO, GGPIs, HPC. So I guess those are that sounds like
Oh,
stocks, right?
oh, yo, A6. Put
What
your
up?
girl on to this too, Rachel. Tell her study this. Trustees on the law of mortgage deeds and of trust. Tell her everything is based on contract law. Study contract law.
There
Tell her
you go,
study
Rachel.
contract law. Everything's based on contract law. The Constitution just shows you is like the emperor. Everything instead of
Yep.
a person, the paper is the emperor. That's why I can't hold you down in court. The Declaration is what secure your rights. So you got to read. Everything is different. Once you prove your status of who you are, not a 14th Amendment citizen, they'll start taking you seriously because there's certain things you gotta do with the birth certificate after the UCC1 form. You gotta like go to the like the Georgia. You got like you said, y'all went and signed the declaration and all of that. You gotta do a whole lot of shit. This is to secure so you can like take over your account that they got. You say you have interest in it. A lot of people don't know that. Learn that trust because everything is based on trust. But remember, United States of America is not foreign. They don't deal with trust. Everything is trade.
Hmm.
Trade, trade, trade. So
Commercial.
study, yeah, study that commerce. It's real serious.
Yep.
Because nobody's free. It's just give you a little remedy to control your shit, like what you live in and all that. Like how you paying taxes where you live. This is where you live. You
Right.
can't. They're real backwards with this, you know what I mean? But you just
Hmm.
got to know how to move, and it
That's all
takes
it is.
time. See how I look? I watched you, and I think I vested. I could have bought another car. The money I invested in these books, listening to y'all, but it benefited me in the long run because I ain't send my daughter to school, yo. How you gonna have my daughter around kids that's taking a shot and they infected, so they're bouncing around, and you saying this stuff is leaking bacteria and all of this on there, so what if a kid is coughing? That's how the doesn't that isn't that how the flu got passed around? Somebody coughing when you got it, right? So what do you
That's
think?
what they say. I think it's
Yo,
in the food, but hey,
I think so too. Yo, I stopped eating meat, bro. I eat nothing but potato. Even my daughter said tired of meat, so I showed her. You know, everything's going on TikTok now because they
Mhm.
can't put it on YouTube. So people doing little skits with the food. They showing you. They get real exclusive, like doing medical things, showing your butt. These things running around in your butt. I was like,
Oh
yo,
man,
I
yo,
had to, I had to show her what the chicken do. And once she seen what was in the food, so she don't be complaining, because I be eating like nothing but vegetables. She does. Everybody in the house stop eating because you gotta look at it. If they not bringing meat in, what are they feeding the animals, the livestock? And did you know that
exactly.
they crush plastic up to
Yep.
any bits of grain and feed it to the pigs, bro?
Yep.
Yo, I don't even eat pork,
Pork
yo.
is the worst. Like, yo, if you still eating pork in 2021, you a brave motherfucker.
Yeah, you
Pork,
are.
pork is crazy.
You are.
Yeah,
And
pork is crazy, bro.
if you drinking milk, you need to look up what's in
Yep.
milk.
That's another
What's
one
in
too.
milk pus, blood and all that. I was
Yeah.
like,
I
no.
stopped drinking milk about like 8 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
Like dairy
basically.
milk. Yeah.
We ain't supposed to be drinking that anyway, man.
Nope. That's why we get. That's why it ain't that you lactose intolerant. It's that shit ain't good for you.
And it is true what you've been saying about here health wise about the meat. If you eat certain foods, you know you get an evil reaction. If you eat nothing but vegetables and fruits, you have a more lively, more loving attribute or way. But you eat meat, you feel heavy, lazy, and you want
Yep.
to just destroy and want to be because I know taste of blood made just like it does. Remember, right? You from B-more, you know about the pit bulls and all of that. What
Hmm.
happens when the pit bull tastes blood? He could never
Exactly.
be a house pet no more.
That's why they make them. That's why they make them fighter dogs. That's what they do to them and shit like that.
Yeah, so if that does that to the dog, what does it do to us?
Exactly. Exactly.
You
Facts.
remember that movie with the plane where the dude was like, "Yo, let's eat the dead bodies, yo," and everybody's like, "What you mean?" Well,
Yeah.
the
You
way,
talking about Alaska? I think that shit was called
yeah,
Alaska, wasn't it? Yeah.
yo. I
Yep.
said, "Yo,
That was a good movie.
yeah," and the wolves was out there snatching the dead bodies. That shit was
Yeah.
crazy, man.
I was
But
fighting
just
for that,
shoot.
that survival. Yeah. Rachel says gold is good to hold. Absolutely. Yep. Shiba, crypto, and Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum. I just literally got in on that Ethereum. I'm so mad I could have got on Ethereum earlier, but I didn't.
But A6, you know what you got to do though? Try to figure out how you could transfer the to the trust account, because when you go deep into that, you basically contracting again, yo.
You think
Isn't
so?
that facts? Yeah, yo. Because
I don't
look,
think so, bro.
if they putting all this on there and they trying to tax it soon as you pass it over.
Well, the thing about it is what happens basically is with the social security number. So people using the social security number as like basically a form of account to put with the joint, or let's say they got a bank account, they got a social security number on, and they're transferring funds to there. That's how the government can basically see it from the social security number, pretty much. So if you're using that social, again, it's back to that social. That's why people use the EINs and shit like that. You feel me?
Yeah, but you can control the straw man though to get that off, because
You
there's
can
ways to
indeed,
transfer it. Because remember,
can indeed.
everything's in commerce, but you got to. That's what dealing with the 5-6 form and all of that. You know what I mean? Like you had the
UCC1.
young brother, yeah.
UCC1 security agreement, all that stuff. Security agreement basically puts all of
Yeah.
your things that you have in the trust, because that's basically what the UCC1 pretty much is. With the all the documents is a trust, because the trust is basically like a.
Yo, did you know this process for the car A6 is the same process for the damn house?
Yeah, hell yeah, all that shit is the same, bro.
Yo, I'm reading. I told you I got the Redemption 4.5. This book right here.
Yo, did I send you that? Oh, you
I got
got
all.
the
all
hard
5.
copy. My man got the
Yeah,
hard
dude.
copy. Holy
And
shit.
then
I got the PDF. I ain't got the hard copy. That shit was like $800, wasn't it?
nah, I got you go on Amazon.
Damn.
This tells you how to study the superior party. It's just you gotta read, yo. What do you say?
I read this shit. Yeah, I read it.
It shows you how to do it, yo.
It
It's
took me like 4 months to get through that whole book, bro.
nah, you gotta treat it like you going like you really starving. You gotta act like that, yo.
Yeah, but see, I'll be working and shit, so I'll be trying to
Yeah.
get the knowledge in. Like I'll do 25 pages and then go.
Yeah, I
do some
know,
other
because
shit,
you used to do the joint on it. You be in the car hitting the stick shift.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In the daytime, like yo, this dude be always out there.
I'll be moving, bro. I'll be moving and grooving. You feel me? She said, Dan says gives you a nasty vibration. Sick business, Tony. Yep.
Yeah.
Jimmy Bennett, raw milk bub from the local farmer. Rachel says probably the best to limit meat intake anyway if it's going to be 40. Yeah. How about that? I told people that. I said, yo, you're going to have to figure out ways to eat food that's not really going to affect you like that, for real, even price-wise.
Yeah, basically.
No issue with meat and biblical meaning after the flood.
Yo.
You got to be careful with what meat's prepared, though. Like, if you're going through the processed meat that's in them factories, them animals are tortured. And it says basically in the Bible that you love the Bible so much, it basically says you can't really eat unclean meats. And that's not clean. The spirit is pretty much
but A6, remember in the culture of the Indians, they always praise after they go hunt. They praise over the animal before they share. Every time my wife makes me food, she always prays over the food.
We all do. Yeah, we all do. Yeah, we all do.
Some people don't do that, yo.
That's a native tradition, bro. Quote unquote indigenous tradition. Yep. Bless the food. Right?
Grace to the spirit that it's the sacrifice itself to feed your family.
Facts. Yeah, told us what our food was. Facts. Yep.
You are what you eat. So if you eating something that turned to maggots, what did that make you?
Contact with the federal corporation monetary system. Yep. But yeah, man. That's pretty much what it is. That's what it is. Yep. Change what you eat. Change what you put in your body, man. You put high quality fuel in your body, you get high quality results. I don't know. Did you hear about the did you find your spring near your area, Tony?
The spring. I told you they got an army base up here. I told you I'm by
you said the
Newburgh. I'm by Newburgh, New York. Putnam County, Dutchess County. You've seen a lot of the soldiers been like, cause up here it's funny, you know what I mean? We got all races, they mix. You should see, it's like a lot of mixed cultures up here. Everybody mixing. It's cool though, cause you know what I mean. Everybody gets along. I just think with the sharing a girl thing, man, that's weird. You feel me? You had the same baby mother and then you're living with them. I'm from the city. We don't do that. So you like having threesomes with your with both baby fathers in the crib having threesomes with yo, it was weird, yo. I said,
Really,
yo,
yo?
yeah, really. I
Wow.
looked at my girl, I said, yo, I should beat my brother up for telling me to move up here, yo.
Yeah, that's some other shit right there. I don't know about all that, but yeah.
Yo, if I do a YouTube channel and I show y'all what I see, y'all probably like, yo, Tony, where the hell are you at, bro?
Yeah. Note to self, don't move there.
Yeah, basically. Nah, but it just showed you how to. When you live in New York, you learn how to deal with different type of people. Everybody has different culture. You just have to be respectful because everybody has different views and grew up differently. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
third world country, their hood is totally different from ours. Our hood looks sweet to them, and they out there got to walk for dirty ass water, and yo, it's just crazy. And then you don't have your paperwork. You're treated like an animal.
Uh-huh.
I watched some movie that was crazy how they do the kids out there. Kids is like, yo, soon as the girl has her period, she's sold to the next man. Any
Yeah.
crazy age, bro. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's why they say over here a lot of us is lucky. And then a lot of people come back from the army and all that shell shock. You wonder why you over there doing the same thing they trying to do over here.
Yo, how about you know what, yo? It's a whole thing over there, bro. I be hearing about that shit too. Like what they be doing
Yeah,
to people over
man.
there when they getting them up in them houses, what they do to
Yo.
the women and shit. They get
Oh,
away with that shit, but yo, you don't really get away with it for long because the universe pay your ass back.
yeah, basically.
Yep.
Yeah,
You gotta live with that shit.
you couldn't get me to sit in a hole in sand and say you got spiders, some type of spiders jumping on you. Yo, you crazy, man.
Spiders. Say I
You
ain't with
seen
that
them
spider
sand
shit.
spiders? Sand spiders are huge, yo. That's like a mini Yorkie jumping on you trying to
A
bite you,
sand
B.
spider?
Yeah, look that up, B. A
Yo
lot
said
of them will tell
sand.
you that was in that over fighting over that oil over there in Kuwait. They'll tell you, yo, son, you join. Because I know a few dudes that came back. I was like, yo, son, when you start using heroin, you know how many people? Let me stop talking about it. I had to execute. You don't execute, you violate the oath you took for that money. I ain't even supposed to say there's probably some vets on here like, why this kid blowing that shit up? Yeah, because I got a couple Army Navy vets in my family, so I can talk it. Yeah, you see, look at them shits. What would you do waking up and
Yo, my
that's on
man,
your face?
what the fuck is this shit?
They didn't teach you that in school, did they?
Hell no. To the no, no, no.
Yeah.
Hell to the no.
Now, what do you think was going on in the Vietnam War coming off them trees? I can only imagine.
Bruh. Listen, yo. Add that to the list of things of nope.
Not
Yo,
only you ain't washing your ass for a couple of days, you got this chasing after you. You feel me? You already taking a shit in a hole and this is crawling on you. Are you crazy, bro?
yo, I knew nothing about that. That's insane.
35 I'm sorry, 35,000 a year is not good enough for me to go out there and kill people and sit in holes and get bit by that. I'm sorry.
Them
35,000
shits,
is not enough.
them shits bite you too, huh?
Do they, bro? You
That's
come back on why you think everybody that come back act like weirdos?
they get bit up by them shits, huh?
Yo, they be like, yo, son, don't touch me that way. Don't do, yo, a lot of like, yo, come on, man. If you didn't go freely on your own to go visit these spots, why you the only time you get to visit is when you got a gun strapped to you and they telling you you got to shoot them over there.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna
Yeah.
tell you about the things you're gonna deal with in the contrast, but you'll figure that out when you get out there. Just make sure you get them over there.
Yo said sand spiders, bruh. That's some new shit for me.
You didn't
I
know
ain't
about that, bro?
did not know about sand spiders.
Just say thank God we don't have what do you call it, draft. You see how many dudes was running from that draft in the 60s and the 70s? That
Yeah.
was crazy. You could imagine you try to draft these little kids now. They probably shoot at the these kids is crazy, B.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Like, yo, it's crazy with the draft shit because they really only could draft a straw man.
Yeah, that's the funny part. Nobody knew that.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, you want the straw man, right? Give him the birth certificate.
You know when I
And the
watch
straw
Nam, that
man.
movie Nam, I laugh about it because of that. When he jumped on the floor and his man left him because he seen him doing mad dirt, he was like raping women. He knew when they got back after the war, oh, you ain't gonna snitch on me. I'm gonna leave you. Oh, he couldn't make it. You see him sitting there like, no.
Damn. I ain't see that shit.
Yeah, it's an old movie. Some old school dudes up here that's in the Mac. Oh, you tired already, bro? That's because you probably was running around. Sunday nights is live, huh?
Yo, listen, bro. I told you I was out and about today, bro. You missed the part where I was talking about when I was at the track.
I didn't get notification, man, because I be talking too much on your live. That's why I just sit in the background.
Nah, you good, yo.
You know why I laugh? Ever since I got that birth certificate back, it's like they know and they've been watching me. It's weird, yo. I get
Yeah.
pulled over more now and all that, and they be checking to see if I'm aggressive and shit, because I know they taking notes.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Man.
man. Oh yeah, I told you, right? Authentication up at that up in Sterling, Virginia is $20 now. It's no longer
Yeah.
$10.
We discussed that Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, just for some that don't know, they changed it July 15th.
Word. Jimmy says, don't forget your hazard pay to go over there.
I don't want to die. Oh, I'm going. Why would I want to go to a poor country and get my organs stolen? I'm good. Once you say you American, they snatching your ass.
Facts. Yep. Yeah, man, I agree with all that shit, man. But yo, I'm tired as hell. I'm about to clock out for the day.
Yo, good. When you coming back on again, yo? It's always a pleasure seeing you. I be trying to support, but I gotta always check for you because I know you come on
man.
Tuesdays
you
and
hit the bell,
Thursdays.
right? You hit the bell?
I always be.
That's
It's
crazy,
just weird. You know what it is? Waking too many people up.
Yeah, that's what's you know. Yeah,
Waking
and
too
here
many
I got a
people
small
up.
channel. My channel ain't even big. I got a small channel, so you know.
Nah, you need to start like hitting Telegram up. Remember
that's a good
Telegram
idea.
earlier. Start doing that. You need to start passing your cards out, yo. Just A6 will be
working on
all
that.
over the place. Just get that shit out, man.
I'm working on it. I'm about to get some stickers and do some subway joints so you post them on like all
Yo,
over the place.
did you ever go to the bank and use your Did you use your the passport card in the bank? Yo, do you know half the bankers in the bank don't even know what the fuck that is? I be
Dude, the
laughing.
first time I went to use let me tell you what happened. I thought I told y'all this. The first time I went to use my passport card, right? I was at the drive-through. So I signed the check without prejudice, right? Deposited it to the account and gave it a passport card for identification along with the what the hell was it? The debit card or the credit, whatever, the card. So she looks at the joint and she looks up and the little camera that was faced towards me, and she looks at the joint again. And she says, "Sir, this isn't a valid form of ID." I said, "What are you talking about? That's a passport." He says, "No, this is not a passport." I said, "This, ma'am, that's a passport." So
All
she
you had to
said,
do was ask her boss that you do the private account with comes out and he looks and he smirked at you, didn't he?
"So nah, look." So she goes and gets her. She says, "Hold on." She goes and get the manager. I'm at the drive-through. So she goes and gets her manager. Manager comes back, looks at it, and tells her something. And then she says, I can put it through this time, sir, but next time please bring your passport book. This isn't a valid form of ID." So I never had no problems after that. And I don't use the book. I only use the card.
You know why he whispered to her and told her that? Because he wanted you to come in there and talk to him. Because I remember I was joking around. I have my bank notarize all my documents. And then they be asking me, "What's this for?" I said, "Ask your boss." He's smirking me. I said, "I'll be in here to talk to you about a private account." He said, "I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I know what you're doing. I'm waiting." He said,
yeah?
"Oh, you doing your daughters too?" I said, "Yep." Because remember, your bank notarizes. Once you get a bank notarized, they're like, "Damn, that's how I was notarizing everything I was doing." The SS5 form, the 180 form you put in for your kid and all that, how to sign it, American Indian National and all that. She ain't been to school, yo. They plain ain't teaching nobody in school, man. The teachers is damn near scared to catch something from the kids because they got kids themselves.
Yeah.
It's just weird, yo.
Yeah.
And
Everything crazy.
they knocking. Oh yeah, they sending people to knock. About half my daughter's high school ain't in school. They sending people to knock on doors to tell you, threatening you with CPS. I said, I don't get welfare. What are you knocking on my door for? I don't
Exactly.
get. I said, I was on dialysis for 10 years. I got a kidney for 3 years, and y'all kicked me off of SSI. I ain't bothered y'all since 2018. Leave me alone. Don't come knocking on this fucking door. He's like, "Oh, I'm doing my job." I said, "Well, tell superintendent to send me a letter." They too cheap to do that.
Right.
This is what's going on in New York now. They getting people to knock on your door. It's just weird.
Rachel says military will never pay enough private contracting. On the other hand, yep, yeah. Oh, let me tell you something. I knew a guy that was a private contractor. This motherfucker said he made like $150,000 a year.
He might as well been a manager in
one of these established corporations.
My man was getting paid big, and I don't know what he was doing, but the
Killing
man looked
people.
like he was somebody you don't want to mess with.
Killing people.
Yeah,
You killing people for cheap. And then they'll murder your ass once you do the job so you don't tell who you was working for.
He says,
Special
Jimmy
ops.
Ben says, "Oh, I can light you folks up on Telegram." LOL.
Yeah,
make
I
fun.
know.
Everybody got the Telegram.
I got Telegram myself, man. I've been fucking with Telegram heavy.
Yeah. Trump's on there too. He always hitting there talking shit on there. I was like, yeah, Trump. I still, you a national, you punk ass. That's why you don't want to tell everybody. You funny guy.
You said that. But yo, it's been real, man. Good talking to y'all, man. Thank you so
Well,
much.
next
for
time you
everybody
coming
tuning
back
in.
on, eh? Because they
We're
don't
gonna
send
be-
notifications.
We're gonna be live on Sunday, same time, man. Same time. If anything changes, I will let you guys know in the post I put on the channel. So that'll be in the community section. So if you got any questions, you can hit me on there. I'll be glad to respond to you. Also, you got the email right in the description. Drop some on the Cash App, man. Whatever. Drop some donations.
Put it up
to your
there.
brother here. It's already in the description. I'll put
it
up
on the screen, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So if you want to donate, there is the Cash App there.
Yo, take care of yourself, bro.
Boom.
Until next time.
Definitely. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. And I'll have a whole nother batch of great information for y'all next time. It is the Foreign National Board Natural A6. Thank you so much. I'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.